Saraki tells Akpabio what to do with Natasha, and now to the news info. Open Live Nigeria reports that following the uproar in Senate in which Senator Natasha Akpabio, representing Kogi Central, accuses the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, for sexual harassment, former Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki has offered tips to Akpabio on what to do and how to manage the situation. Okay. Saraki's admonitions titled Akpabio Natasha, Let's Protect the Institutions, Not Individuals, obtained from his Facebook was are reproduced below. He said, I have watched from afar the recent development in the Senate between the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the Senate from Kogi Central, Natasha Akpabio. It is a development that has made me sad because of its overall negative effect on the integrity, sanctity, image, and public perception of the institution. I believe that every person who has had anything to do with the National Assembly, particularly as a leader, member, and worker, should always jealously protect these values which make the institutions the numero uno among the three arms of government. It is for this reason that I believe that the two parties in this dispute and their supporters in and out of the chamber should be mindful of the impact of their actions, inactions, reactions, claims, and counterclaims to be sure that nothing is done to rubbish the institution. The constitutional law of the country, rules of the Senate, as well as parliamentary conventions and practices should be adhered to in resolving the issue, and the resolution should be done transparently without being seen to be protective of the parties. Okay, good though. Rather, the objective should be to unfold the truth and to protect the lawmaking institution against a wrong perception of involvement in or tolerance of lawbreaking. At this point, with the public claims made by the senator, the right measure to take is to institute an open, transparent, and honest investigation by the Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions. Both parties must submit to the investigation, fully cooperate with the committee, and stake their claims before it. That committee should be a neutral committee. Even if I thought they are going to set up a committee, it should be a committee that either knows the Senate or the Natasha and Akpabio. A neutral committee that will not take sides. If we can have that kind of committee, maybe they can go ahead, but if not, I beg, there is no point. This is not the first time a Senate president would appear before the committee to aid it in the conduct of a transparent and open investigation. I remember during the 8th Senate when a senator claimed that I imported an official car for my use as a Senate president and that custom duty was not paid on the vehicle. Since I knew the claim was false, the matter was referred to the Ethics Committee and I appeared before the committee to testify in the full glare of the media. From my testimony, it was clear the senator who made the allegation got his facts wrong and was only being mischievous. Also, on the day the committee submitted its report for debate on the floor, I stepped down and allowed my deputy to preside. The transparent manner in which the investigation and the debate on the report were handled assured everybody that there was no case. This is a precedent that the leadership in the 10th Senate should follow. That is if it's not guilty. In my case, the decision to allow an open investigation and subjecting myself to it was not an easy one. It was humbling, but I realized that it was the best decision, and in the end, I'm happy I traveled that route. But your own case is not the same as talking about sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is more like it's personal. It's not like your own issue. So I don't know, Sha. In my case, the decision to allow an open investigation and subjecting myself to it was not an easy one. We should not allow the Senate to be cast in the shroud of an institution encouraging sexual harassment, gender bias, abuse of office, flagrant disregard for standing order and rules, and lack of orderliness. This is what a transparent, open, and unbiased investigation should achieve. The due process should be followed in this case, such that where anybody is found to have committed any wrong, the wrong should be pointed out and corrected. Also, the right remedy should be made. Let me make it clear without any ambiguity that I am neither stating that Akpabio is guilty or anything, nor am I expressing the opinion that Senator Akpabio is right in her actions and claims. My position is that an investigation is needed to find out the truth. Why are they supposed to investigate it and protect the integrity of the Senate? For me, the institution of the Senate is so important, sacred, and preeminent. All lovers of democracy should always work to strengthen it. No leader or member should be allowed to openly or surreptitiously work to subvert its sanctity. Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, CON, former Senate President and Waziri of Ilorin. except she has a concrete evidence. If they start investigation now, they'll start asking for evidence, and at the end of the day they'll say, oh, she's lying, she's this, she's that. So I don't know if that is really going to fly. Lawa Haruna says, Mr. Waziri, I strongly support your opinion, and that's the only way out. Oladele Olufisaya says, well said, sir. Well said. Aliman Mekali says, to protect the integrity of the Senate chamber, your advice should be adhered to, but the question is, would the Senate president submit to it? That's another question. Isn't he guilty of all the allegations, of all the accusations? Because you submitted to investigation because you know that you were not guilty. But Akpabio, would he be able to submit? Be the kind of person that he even is. Obviously, he's already somebody with a bad character to even start with. So is he going to accept? No. Eyo Uko says, well spoken. I appeal that the SP Akpabio should adhere to this advice and let the matter be settled for sanctity of the institution. Let's just hope he will submit himself for investigation. Paul Benga says it's a pity that Nigeria is being downgraded. No more recognition for Nigeria and Nigerians. Deportation story, killing everywhere. It is well. Abraham says, well spoken. How I wish the both parties would definitely take the advice. Benjamin Bashir Aminu says, the blind in the night is also the blind in the day. Nigerian senators now. So, Isaac Olomola says, all are sin, but if the crime was committed, let us see it as a temptation. Temptation. Not once, not twice. Almost like how many people have accused you of the same kind of crime and you are saying that it is temptation. Which kind of temptation? Even pastor can fall into such temptation. If you cannot, that means you don't have self-discipline. If you can fall into such temptations, beg. Olibe Odi says, story, SP will never tell this line. He will prefer the matter go to court. Now so where he will use Wiki and corrupt judges to defeat Natasha and rubbish the girl. Have you forgotten how the SP won the senatorial election? Nigeria is gone, no integrity in our leaders. It's very sad. Until we decide on saving this country, money will continue to decide our matters. Exactly. He will not hold that line of investigation, setting up a committee, except the people in the committee are his people. Maybe he will submit to it. If only we can have committee members that will not be biased. But if not, we know saying as he go say make the carrier go court. This spy says Dr. Saraki is a man of integrity, transparency, and well enlightened to suggest the matter to the Senate Committee of Ethics. Senator Akpabio should step down and defend himself. Abi. Onatunji Emmanuel says Akpabio is always a careless talker, like right from the onset, he talks anyhow. Echefula says, we support Dr. Bukola Saraki's opinion and suggestion on this saga. That is if they are going to allow. I just hope that she has a recording or something. Probably she has pressed record on her phone before he started that talk. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe she has evidence. Let's just see how it goes. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.